Good evening. This is the first isoTalks we are having in the year 2025, which is a significant year for us as we celebrate the 75th anniversary of Faculty of Engineering, University of Peradeniya. The Society of Chemical and Process Engineering students proudly present isoTalks series in collaboration with IESL Student Chapter, University of Peradeniya, to guide the undergraduates in the right way to their dreams. Pathways to Success Exploring the Academia and Industry Journey will be today's aspect of isoTalks. So this would be ideal for you to identify your passion, whether it is to follow academic path or an industrial path. So we invite you to join us throughout this evening for the 15th proud extension of isoTalks. For comments in today's session, I would like to invite Netmini Basnaik, the Secretary of SCAPES, to welcome you all.
Thank you, Helen. Good evening, everyone. This is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the 15th talk of isoTalk series, Pathways to Success, Exploring Academia and Industry Journeys. This insightful talk series is a part of isoTalk's initiative, which aims to narrow the gap between academic learning and industry practices. Through these sessions, we connect our participants with academia and industry experts, offering them valuable insights into real-world applications, trends, and challenges in the field of chemical and process engineering. We are delighted to organize this event in collaboration with IESL, YMS, further strengthening our commitment to bridge the gap between academia and industry. First, I would like to extend a warm welcome to Professor Parakrama Karunaratne, Head of the Department of Chemical and Process Engineering. Next, I'm honored to welcome Professor Nadisha Dashurya, Senior Treasurer of Society of Chemical and Process Engineering students. His support has been essential in making initiatives like isoTalks possible. And I would like to welcome all the academic staff members and instructors. Finally, I would like to warmly welcome our esteemed guest speakers, Mr. Rumesh Nanayakkara and Engineer Heshani Pune. We are thrilled to have both of you here with us today. Your expertise and experience will surely inspire and guide us as we begin our own journeys in academia and industry. Thank you everyone who has joined us today. I hope this session will be insightful and enriching for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Netmini. Now I would cordially invite the Senior Treasurer of SCAPES, Professor Nadis Adasuriya, to address the gathering.
Right. Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. I will make it very short. Yeah, so it's very glad to see that the isoTalk series is back in action. So we started this series with E16 batch, if I am correct. So, and this is the 15th the talk series, and this time is quite special because I see that we have two speakers on board at the same time, one from industry and one from academia. So as you all know, the objective is to get a kind of an essence about the academic setup as well as the world of work, I mean the industry essence. So I'm glad that it's smoothly running and we are at 15th session today. And in addition, I see another step forward. So you have a partnership with Peradeniya IESL chapter, as well as I should mention about. So as you all know that we are celebrating our 75th anniversary, Faculty of Engineering, University of Peradeniya. So I should mention that as well. We have a line set of the numerous the activities to be taken place throughout the year, and yes, I mean as mentioned earlier, this gives a kind of a opportunity for you to expose to because you all step into the world of work at some point. So it's always very nice to get the experience from not recently, the people who are in the industry and academia, and both the speakers today are from are alumni of the department. That is also very special. And yes, so I wish you all the very best, and I hope that we will be having, you know, 10, at least 10 talk series during the tenure of this, the committee. And yes, I wish you all the very best, and thank you, Mr. Rumesh and the other speaker, accepting, the invitation to deliver a fruitful session for our undergraduate students. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your insights with us. So first, we are honored to welcome Mr. Rumesh Nanayakkara, a PhD student in the Department of Chemical Engineering at the prestigious University of Virginia. His academic journey is a testament to dedication and a passion for advancing knowledge in the field of chemical engineering. Joining us from the industry side, we have Mr. Heshan Nipunadevuni, a highly accomplished chemical engineer who currently serves in the Department of Business Development at Sicily Hanaro Care Private Limited. His study highlights the importance of innovation and business acumen in applying engineering expertise to real-world challenges. Both speakers will bring unique perspectives and valuable experiences to our discussion today. So, without further ado, let's begin by welcoming our first speaker, Mr. Rumesh Nanayakkara, to share his academic journey. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Hirini, for the great introduction. I hope you guys having a great evening. So, okay, I prepared like a small presentation, and like I like to do this in like kind of like discussion mode. Like if you like have any question, don't hesitate to ask any question. Like just raise hand or like stop me at any time. Just ask a question. Like if you have like any question, like at some point, like while I do my presentation. Okay. All right. Hope you can see my screen, and hope you can like hear myself like clearly. All right. Okay, so there are some slides that I've little bit relevant to the final years and third years, but I hope they are like there are first years and second years as well. So maybe those slides may be relevant to you in future when you are close to graduate. So okay, so yeah, like there are the information like how you're gonna choose the like any field, or then there are some information about like how you want to pursue your higher studies in other countries. Okay, and before that, I know like Hironi gave me an introduction about myself, and like I like give like briefly about me. I'm a second year PhD student in University of Virginia. I'm working in the LAMP lab, which is a lab, that lab, we're doing a kind of research related to tissue engineering and biomaterials. I hope you guys are wondering like how one guy ended up like did a chemical engineering degree. Now he's doing a PhD in tissue engineering. Like it's a totally different area. Like it's not a totally different, but kind of relevant, but like it's a like different area from the chemical engineering. I explain you that in a bit, like in like after a couple of slides. Also, I work as an instructor in the same department, like 2021 to 2023. And I was an undergrad, as Nadis mentioned that I was an alumni. I was in the department from 2016. And at the time, like I love like hiking and badminton. I think some of you may have seen there's a badminton court on the top of the top floor on the Department of Chemical Engineering. And myself and Professor Karunaratna and Professor Kalpake and there are other my friends, like we set up that court. Like we used to play in that court like most of the evenings. So I love badminton. Like after I came here, I started like volleyball as well, because most of my friends here, they like to play volleyball. So these days I like do both. Yeah. So enough of myself, then I briefly explain what I'm working on. Maybe some of you may be interested in like working on different areas, maybe other than like, so in your mind, like if you mention like chemical engineering, like first thing you come up to your mind is like doing some research related to chemicals. So like maybe like you guys start designing equipments and distillation columns. Like those are the kind of things that first thing come to your mind. But there are like whole of lots of other things, other areas that you can go if you do like chemical engineering. And so the research that I'm working on, like in the brain, there are billions of neurons. So those neurons have a which we like kind of like insulation layer. We call it's a myelin sheath. It's composed of like the kind of different proteins. So you don't need to like remember the terms. Like I'm just explaining my research to get an idea. So there are like other cells in the brain that do this myelination. So this myelin sheath wrapping up around this axon, we call it myelination. There are some cells, we call it oligodendrocytes. Those are the cells in our brain that do this myelination. So there are some diseases, you may have heard it, like you may not, that multiple sclerosis, which is mean like they're our own immune system attack to our own body. So that's what we call like autoimmune immune disease. This multiple sclerosis. So because of that, it disrupts this myelin sheath. We call it demyelination. So what my focus is to like identify those factors, how those factors affect in the demyelination, and how to regenerate this myelin sheath. If we can't regenerate this myelin sheath, there can like consequences for that one, paralyzing, even the death. And also there's another reason to have like demyelination. One is, like if you met in a car accident or if you fall to the ground, your brain will damage, or the head if your head hit a floor, then head will damage. So because of that, also that demyelination is happening. So we trying to kind of trying to cure that problem, identify those factors. So that's what I'm working on. And yeah, while I'm doing my research, I had to do like different things. One is to take images of these cells, and I have to work with other people as well. So, okay, where's this laser pointer? Alright. Okay. All right. Okay. And so in the figure in the left, these are the oligodendrocytes. If you look through the microscope, how this look like. So we put in some dye to like identify. So these are like cells that I'm working on. And the people in the middle. So this student is a high school student. So like maybe grade 8, I think grade 8. Yeah, she's from grade 8. Like she just like having training with me. And this is the undergrad. She's still working with me with my project. And in the figure in the right, so these are the like same kind of cells, like in a different magnification. And so in the picture in the bottom, so this is my lab group. The person in the middle, with the blue shirt, he's my advisor. He's the Professor Kyle Lampy. So these are my other students, like they are from like one is from Bangladesh, other one is from India, and others from here. And you may know her. This is Nadishani. She's also an alumni of chemical engineering department. She's a third year. And the figure in the right corner is the like how we identify whether the cells are live or dead. So we add some kind of dye. We call it staining. To like the green cells are the live cells and the red cells are the dead cells. So we need to identify whether our cells are like happy or not, like if they die or not. So this is what I'm working on. Like I wanted to give you like rough idea, like generally what I'm working on. So if you have any questions right now, like please stop me and or raise hand, like ask any question you have if you have. Okay. So all right. So the okay. The point of this having this talk is to like if you are interested in higher education, or if you like maybe right now if you're like first year or second year, you may not have like good idea like whether what you want to do like after you graduate. So I was in the same place, so I didn't have any idea like what to do next until I graduated. So I share my story in like a couple of slides. So if you have like interested in like if you're interested in like doing higher studies, so first thing what you need to do, like what's the first thing you need to do? Okay, so first thing is you need to build up your like academic background. So because like when you're applying for the higher studies, there'll be like lots of like students like applying for different countries. So because all of them are qualified to like for the PhD, because they have all of them have like good qualifications. So out of like all of those students, the professor or university should select you. So in order to do that, you need to have like strong academic background. That's the main thing. So building up your like academic background, it start from your first year, because when they look through your transcript, they can see all the courses that you took and all the grades relevant to their courses. And so let's say if you want to apply maybe for a different department, they want to see you that you have like good like correct qualifications like for those fields. The first thing is to like you need to, if you have a target, if you have aim that is a department or that is a field that you want to go, you need to take the relevant courses. Like let's say if you want to join maybe for a biomedical side, then you need to like if like I know in chemical engineering department they are offering like some courses related to biomed like yeah related to biology and things, and you can take those courses and like you can strengthen your academic background. And other thing is when the university is getting CVs, they look for GPA. If you have a first class or second upper, mostly first class, so it's a plus point. I'm not telling you that if you have second class, you will not get opportunity. I'm not telling that, but you'll get. But if you have a first class, then it will be a plus point for you. So that is like one thing you can maintain, like while you're doing your bachelor's. So maintain good GPA, meaning like you need to work hard, and it's not easy to get a first class because you need to get a 3.7 GPA. But like if you work hard, if you still can't get like there can be some reasons you can't get GPA like first class. It's all right. There are other ways that you can compensate for that GPA. And the other thing is there like in chemical engineering department there's a research component. So it's better if you can do that research, like if you can do a publication, if you can like you don't need to produce like perfect results, but you have a good understanding. If you can publish a paper, if you can show that you know about your research to the like when you're writing a like SOP, like I'll tell you like what is SOP is. So if you can like show that's a good thing. So one thing is you need to do your research, like you should not take that lightly, and you should work hard on that research, and you should select some research area that you're like related to your interested area in your highest education. That's the like most like important things. And the other one is the next thing is to like you need to explore, like you need to see what are the like other PhD program, like what are the PhD programs that you like, and what are the advisors, like professors, that you like, that is suitable for you. So to do that, you need to identify your research interest. So what are the interested areas in, like, and if you are interested in energy or solar energy or biomedical, biomaterials, you need to identify those research areas. Then you need to list down, so these are my research areas. And then you need to search about universities in different countries. So yeah, in USA, it's 5 years. The PhD is 5 years, and Europe and Australia is roughly 3.5, 4 years. So this is the like rough duration of PhD. In USA, there are some like exceptional opportunities that you can transfer your, like if you have an MSc, you can transfer your credits into a PhD program, and that maybe like you don't have. So in USA, you have to take courses as well. So if you can transfer your credits, then you may not have to like take all the courses that you can, like, if you don't have to take all the courses that you're offering. Then you need to find a university that align with your interests, and then you need to select, like choose what are the ranking of the universities. So it's not like super important that this ranking is, but it's kind of important because there's some like top ranking universities. They're like very good research going on those universities as well, and there are middle ranking universities, and they're like below that one. So also what one important thing is when you're applying for the visa or something, so they're looking for whether you have applied for the universities in these 3 ranges. So it's not good if you only applied for the universities in the middle range. So it's better if you can apply universities in the okay. If you can do like what I was saying. Okay, I saw message like I think I can see. So one student is asking like what are the pros and cons of doing a PhD in Sri Lanka universities. Yeah, in one thing is I don't have to be honest, I don't have experience in doing PhD in Sri Lanka. The one thing is, so you have a chance, you have opportunity to meet other students from other universities. Also, there are some good conferences, and you can like meet whole lots of like people in different companies if you do a PhD in different country. In Sri Lanka, compared to like USA and Europe, in Sri Lanka, the companies that you can like it's like kind of like how do I say there are like lots of companies in lots of different areas in US and Europe compared to Sri Lanka. So that's the one thing. Another thing is you can you have meet like there's like opportunity, and also the facility wise, they're like good facilities. And so if you want to do some experiment, so they're like good resources in other countries. That's the other thing. So in Sri Lanka, it's like kind of difficult to get funding and difficult to find equipments that you want to use for your experiments. So those are the drawbacks if you are going to do a PhD in Sri Lanka. And yeah, so I was talking about like then you want to see, then you should go into you should search for the websites of those universities. If you are applying for USA, in Europe and Australia is a different case. So I mainly talking about USA because that's where I'm studying. So in USA, you need to go to the university website, and then you want to search you can search your research field, and then you can see the professors that they're doing like research in those fields. Then you can see their publications and their ongoing projects, whether they have funding. So you can see all those information in the website of the university website. So you need to reach out to those, like you need to search and you need to dig up these websites and you can like get the information of those things. Then you can prepare an Excel sheet or something like that, or you can like note down in your notebook. But then you can list down. So this is like like this is the universities that I'm gonna apply. And then, okay. Okay, then the next step is to prepare, you need to prepare your application. So first thing is then most of the university, they require IELTS or TOEFL. So those are the English like proficiency exams. And now they are like most of the universities, they have waived their requirement for GRE, but still some of the universities required for GRE. So I didn't do GRE, I only did IELTS. So you need to prepare for that exam. So I think in my case, it was only 35,000. Yeah. But I think now it's like 80,000 or something. So 80,000 or 90,000, so something like that. So like you should like prepare like to pass that one like in one go. So in generally in university, they require IELTS score of 7.0 or 6.5. That's the general cutoff value. That's the requirement for that in general. There are some special cases that require like a higher IELTS score for specific components. That's a special case. In general, they require only like 7.0 or like 6.5. So the next thing is you need to prepare for SOP. I tell you what is that in a bit. And then you need to update your CV. So one thing is when you like maintain your academic background, you need to think what should be, so what are the things that you need to have in your CV like at the end of your academic career. So you need to like plan for that one. So what are the projects that you want to do? What are the courses that you want to take? And what are the extracurricular activities that you want to do? So you need to plan for those things. Okay. So, and also when you do the applications, usually there's a application fee if you want to apply. So it's around $50. Also, you can apply if you have a LinkedIn profile or Google Scholar profile, like you can apply those things. So then you need to apply that. You need to add your research experience. You can like briefly explain in your CV. So this is the research that I did, and this is the like summary, like in one, 2 or 3 sentences. And you can add your publications. If you have a poster presentations or conferences, you can add those into your CV. And your like skills, like if you learned about Python, MATLAB, or Aspen, COMSOL, like that, you can add those skills as well. Because like in like most universities, they now teach Python and MATLAB in their first year. And also if you have done like TAing, like we call here is TAing, like teaching assistant in the like in our universities we call like instructor. So you can add those, and if you have any awards or if you got any grants, you can add those as well. And then at the last, you can add your extracurricular activities. Like if you're like maybe an example, like if you're escapes president or escapes secretary or maybe something like that, you can add those things as well to your academic what did you do like as an undergrad, and the things like you can give a like brief introduction, and then you need to give your like academic and research background. So why you did those projects and why did you select those projects, and so why you liked it. Likewise, you can like kind of like write this statement of purpose as a story. So you can, if you have like special scenarios that you want to PhD, like if you encounter with some special like scenarios, you can include those as well in your SOP. And then you need to mention why you are applying for this particular program especially. So like you need to give like good reasons why you are applying for this program, and also your career goals, what you're going to do after PhD, or what in 5 years, in 10 years, like what you're going to do. So you need to add those like your goals, then professor can see, so you have an aim. So that's what you need to include into SOP. And finally, you need to have a conclusion, like this is why I'm applying to this university and why I'm doing a PhD like this. Like just a brief conclusion. All right. So okay. So I'll tell you my story. In first year, I didn't have any idea what even the chemical engineering is. I didn't know. So after when I get to choose I had to put the rank, like my preferences. What is the first preference and second preference? Honestly, I didn't have enough GPA to do electrical engineering and computer engineering. So I had only 2.7 GPA. So I didn't have any idea. Then what I'm suggesting is what I did, I reached out to the faculty, lecturers in the university. I went to the chemical engineering department. I met Professor Maheshi and Professor Kalpage. I asked them. So the one thing, the main thing is like you need to get like good salary and you need to have a job after you graduate. So that's the main thing. So I asked whether I will have a job after if I do chemical engineering. That's one of my main questions. And can I get like good salary if I do chemical engineering? So I asked them. So they gave an honest answer. At that time, we didn't have like any issues, like any political issues or COVID or something like that. So they gave an honest answer. Yes, there are like enough opportunities, and yes, you can get like good salary. Then after 4 years, we hit with the COVID waves and the political issues. That's a different case. But at the time, we had like good opportunities. And then I went to the mechanical engineering department, and I asked the same questions from them as well. Then I looked into the handbook as well. Then I went through the courses that they're offering. Then I was interested in doing a chemical engineering because when I looked into the courses and when I talked to the faculty, and I chose to do the chemical engineering. Then I came to second year. I just want to pass out. I just want to graduate, and I just want to do a job. I didn't have a plan to get in first class or get a good GPA in second year. I thought like, who are the students like they're going like 3.7 GPA? I was wondering like, how can I get that one GPA? I don't know. I may not be able to get that kind of GPA. So in second, I didn't have any idea. So after second year, so those courses kind of interested me, and I worked somewhat hard. And then I got like at end of the second year, I had like kind of a good GPA, not a first, like I think around like 3.4. Then like I thought myself like, if I get a good GPA as like best as I can, so it's good for like both the paths. If I go for academia or industry, that's good for like both paths. So then I started to work hard. In final year, I had a first class. So then I became an instructor. Then after I became an instructor, I at that time I didn't have an idea to whether to do higher studies or industry. I applied for a couple of jobs and I got offers from the two jobs. So then I was thinking like, what should I do? Then I didn't have like good path for that one. So I talked to lecturers, and I talked to my seniors and talked to my colleagues. So then collectively, I thought maybe like the good part is going through the academia. So I interested in doing like higher studies, but I didn't have like strong idea like what should I do. So then I chose to do the academia. Then I worked on for that one. So then I prepared the SOPs and CVs, and then I applied for a couple of like I think around like 15 to 16 universities, and I got offers from I think 3, yeah. And yeah, I got rejected from the other universities. So it's a common thing, got rejected from the universities. So it's better if you can apply for like lots of universities. So if you're going to waive the fee, just apply for them. Like you just need to like whether those universities have like they offer PhDs in your interested area. You need to look into that one. Then you can like apply like as much as possible. So then you will be rejected. Like don't discourage from that one. So you just like keep applying for the universities. So that I have a, like how you want to do that, like continue to do the PhD. And yeah, so the other thing is like potential research areas. Like if you do the chemical engineering, so it's obvious you can like, yeah, you can do the PhD in chemical engineering. Then you can go to biomedical engineering as well, then nuclear engineering as well, and applied mathematics. I put those like research areas specifically because they are my friends, though they are doing their PhD in these areas. I do the chemical engineering like PhD, but there are other 3 friends like they do PhDs in these other three areas. That's why I put this chemical like other 3 areas as well. There can be other different areas. So this is what I know. And if you do chemical engineering, these are the like main research areas that you can do. So one is biotechnology and biomolecular engineering. The other one is energy and environment. And other one is material energy and nanotechnology, and the other one is simulation and complexity. If you more kind of like computational guy, like if you want to do like if you like to do coding, and like if you want to like do simulation and things, you can search for these simulation and complex systems as well. And yeah, so these are the research fields that you can go. And yeah, so the other thing is like I had the same question after I did my undergrad. So what should I do? So it's applied for the same. It's applied same here. So after you do PhD, what you can do. So there are like mainly 2 parts. One is you can join for the industry. There are like lots of like different industries in different areas you can go into. So I give like very few examples. Like one is wastewater and regulated industries and nuclear and medical engineering. So biomedical and pharmaceutical and petroleum, research and development, and energy, sustainable energy. They're like lots of like like different industries in different fields you can go into. And the other part is you can continue your journey in your academia. So to do that, after your PhD, like most students, they do a postdoc. They're like 1 or 2 year research. Like you can continue your research, or you can do a different research in those 2 areas. Those 2 years is like kind of like giving some time to like complete your publications and gain research, like teaching experiences and things. Then you can apply for the faculty. In faculty, you can go like in USA, you can go like mainly 2 different paths. One is like faculty in research faculty, and other one is teaching faculty. So in teaching faculty, you don't have to do. So there's like usually they don't do like research kind of things. They teach. And in research faculty, it's like my professor. They hire like research group and research students, and they do research. So yeah, so that's what you can do after your graduation, after you like getting your PhD. All right, so this all of them like related to academia. And then so what like out like apart from the like academia, like what you can do like in USA, like any other country, like so maybe you think if you want to continue PhD, you don't have time, you don't have enough time to do other extracurricular activities, other things like that we enjoy. I say like I love hiking and like badminton and volleyball. So we have like more than enough time if you can manage yourself, if you can manage your time, like you have like more than enough time to do like other things. So this picture, I think you can, yeah, this one, I went a trip like last December to New York. Yeah, this with these guys, and this is the guys I play volleyball with them, and this is the Halloween party we held on November. There's a like Sri Lankan community as well, like so there are them like around 29 students, and also we hang out with uh, students from the other countries, and yeah, so they are from like he's from Iran, and he's from Bangladesh, he's from India, and yep. So there's some interesting events. This is like kind of apple picking. We can pick apple from the trees. Yeah, that's one thing. And yeah, we play table tennis, and yeah. So this is kind of having a birthday party. Like that, like liquor in there. Yep. And yeah, there's a Halloween party with my other friends. And yep, having a barbecue party with my friends. And yeah, so you see, so this is the professor, this is my advisor. Yeah, we're playing like bow and arrow things. Yeah. So we kind of like family, like we have like special bond, like so we are like very close to each other in our like research group. We are on distance, so we don't like we kind of like in same level, like we play together and like we having discussions together. Yeah, we kind of doing that one. Yeah, this is what you can do apart from your academic life. So there are like whole lots of pictures. I can't include like all of them into this one slide, so I just like select like one or two pictures and put it in this slide. Yep, so that's it. So if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer. Yep. Please ask questions if you have, like, don't worry. So ask questions, like, I don't mind, like, if you ask questions in like in Sinhala or something, like whatever the language you're comfortable with, just ask questions. Like, this is the main purpose of this like talk, is to like give information to you. So I'm happy to pass any information that I have. Like someone is like sending message, what are the ways to earn money if you join academia instead of industry? Yeah, in academia, like university pays you, so that's how you get your salary. They pay good money. Yeah, they pay good salary. Yeah, so that's how you get paid if you join academia. So in like if you want to do a like continuous research, like I don't have like a very good idea like how to like do this one. Like I kind of like last roughly explain. So like what you're gonna do is like you need to apply for the grants. So you can get uh like information like from the lecturers as well. So you can apply for the grants. You need to have a grant so in order to hire students. And then also like then you can apply for the universities, like just like applying jobs. And then if university hires you, then you can have your lab, and then you can hire students, and then the university pay you. That's how you get paid. Any other questions? So you can unmute yourself and just ask questions, like it's fine, like, or you can like drop a message, that's fine. Any more questions? I think we have enough time. Like, I don't know, like I lost track of I lost track of the time. I don't know like whether we have like enough time or not, because I have like different time zone. Like I don't know. I look to the agenda, like it's should be ended at like 6:30. I don't know. So, any questions?
Yeah, Rumesh, good to see you.
Oh, sir, yeah.
Because this is the problem I have always. We organize something and then when there are no questions coming from students, it's kind of embarrassing. And I have told them this repeatedly, but it is the same again. I just want to know, like, for example, you are completely, I mean, now doing a research in an area, not completely, you have probably done some subject, but it's a new area. So one thing, how challenging was that? The other one, like, how helpful the subject to have learned in the department, and also you have any suggestion that we should include some additional subjects in these areas?
Okay. Yeah. The answer to the first question is it's kind of challenging to like move into new area, but it's not impossible. So the thing is like yeah, relative to like usually the PhD, it's like kind of different from the undergraduate degree. So anyway, you need to work hard to do a PhD. So you need to read like lots of research papers. So like uh, apart from like whether you are doing a research in the same field or in a different field, you need to read like lots of research papers that help you gain your knowledge. And there are some courses that you can take when you're doing a PhD in USA. I'm particularly talking about PhD into USA. Like I don't know about like the other countries, but you can take courses that, let's say like I'm doing a research related to neuroscience, like in biology. So if I want to learn about neurons and how the brain chemistry works and how the brain works, I can take courses. They are offering like courses. I can take those courses while I'm doing my PhD. So that's totally free. And like then we can discuss with our advisor, and I can let him know that I want to take this course, and then he may say like, yeah, that course is a good course for you, or like maybe not. So because like he knows like what's the course content, and also we can see what is the course content is, and also it's a kind of a challenge to move to a like new area, but it's doable. So you don't need to afraid to change your field, but you can like tackle that. That's fine. So you can reach, so because like advisors, like professors understand that you're changing your field, and they help you. And they help you to find like courses that you want to do, and they help you find the research papers that you want to read. That they suggest you that you may need to read this paper, you may need to take this course, likewise. So it's not a difficult thing to change the field, but it's kind of a challenging. And for the other question is like in overall the courses in altogether they're helpful. Like I can't say this particular course is helpful for me, but in collectively this all of the courses helpful me because like for the critical thinking part and how to tackle those problems and those things, like altogether those courses help me, still helps me. And also one thing is, if we can like offer courses related to biology or biomedical engineering, like I think that will helpful for us, or and also for maybe chemistry, because they're like we sometimes we may need to have to use about like chemistry knowledge and biology knowledge. Like the mass transfer course is like very helpful for me. And also yeah, and if we can offer like, because in our first year we had a course about thermodynamics, no, yeah, and it has with there are like some course parts about like quantum mechanics as well. So in our units, like in University of Peradeniya, it doesn't offer like some kind of course related to those part, but I think it will be helpful if there is a course related to those like quantum mechanic part, because yeah, because we didn't have any idea like in the start of the course, but you can do it, but you need to more like put more effort for that one. And yeah, so I think I answer both questions?
Yeah, thanks, Rumesh. Actually, now for the new curriculum, we have included chemistry plus biology also, biology for engineers. So that will be offered from 22, E22, 23 together coming. They are coming together. So it's a new curriculum now. Chemistry is actually already offered, chemistry for chemical engineers, but then biology and also, yeah. So there are 2 courses on biology actually at the moment for the new curriculum.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. And I have a couple of questions. What are the good universities for chemical engineering research areas? Okay, that depends. So I can't like name this unit is best, this unit is best. But what you can do is you can like search and you can see like you can just search and the university keywords ranking. You can see the university ranking and also you can see the department ranking. So university ranking and department ranking are 2 different things. So maybe in overall maybe university ranking will be maybe sometimes can be low, but the department ranking will be very high. So you need to see both the rankings and you can choose. And also, so when you search, you can search for particular research area. So if you're interested in solar energy, so you can search for like which department, which university is offering like research areas in solar energy, something like that. So I can't list like this is the like I can't give you an order. This is the best universities or something like that. You can search and you can see the rankings. And the other question is research on material science. If I would like, if I am currently doing research on material science, if I would like to do research on green energy, can I apply for it? Is that chance to get more than my current area? I have good marks for energy. Yeah, you can apply. Yeah. So as an example, there's one of my friend, like he applied for applied mathematics. He was in the chemical engineering department, so that's a like kind of different area. And also like there's another friend. She applied for a nuclear engineering. There are no courses like offering in like chemical engineering department, so there are no nuclear engineering courses. But anyway, like she got into that one. So you don't need to like do a research related to your targeted PhD field, but it's better if you can link it, but it doesn't matter. Like it's like not super important. So you can apply for different research areas. So you don't need to worry about your current research or something like that. You can because like as an example, the good example is like one who is in the nuclear engineering department. There's no course offer in the or no research going on related to nuclear engineering in our department. So you can apply for any other field. That's fine. So did you do MSc or directly did the PhD? I didn't do MSc. I just applied for the PhD. So yeah, you can do MSc and apply for a PhD. And so anyways, yeah, you need to do a 5-year PhD in USA in most of the cases. As I mentioned, in special cases, you can transfer MSc credits to your PhD program and you don't have to take any more like any other course requirements. So that's the main thing. Like anyways, you need to do like 5-year PhD in USA, like in most of the cases. There can be like special cases, I don't know. So as I know, as of my knowledge, that you need to do like 5-year PhD. Any questions? I got one question. Okay. Is it better to apply for higher studies just after graduation or after a couple of years work in industry? Okay. It depends on you. If you want to get industry, okay. So there are some students in my cohort, in my batch in UVA. They have done a job in industry for 2 years, maybe 3 years. Then they have applied for a PhD. So they are not from Sri Lanka, but they are from like other countries. So it's fine. So it's up to you. So the one thing is like if you can join as an instructor after your graduation, you have enough time to prepare your SOP and prepare your CV and apply for the university. You have like more than enough time. But if you're gonna for a job, you kind of may be busy, but you have enough time. You need to manage your time. So that's the main thing. So yeah, and also if you're joined as an instructor, you'll have like teaching experience as well. So yeah, so you can do both. You can apply for the higher studies after your graduation, or you can work a couple of years in industry. The one thing is like when you are in industry, you kind of hesitate to apply for higher studies after you join for industry, like sometimes, because you feel like, I don't know, maybe again start studying is kind of like maybe difficult for you. Maybe you may feel that sometimes, maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, that's the one concern I have. What's the difference between doing a PhD after MSc and doing it straight after BSc? Okay. For me, I just started doing a PhD after my bachelor's. So there are some students who did MScs and joined to PhD. So one of my friends, like because the courses offering in USA, they're kind of, as he mentioned, it's kind of like same, like it's kind of similar to the courses offers in MSc. So it's easier if you have MSc to go to, like do those courses, but it's not super important because because anyways you need to do like 5-year PhD in USA. If you go for another country like Europe or Australia, that's a different case. So but in USA, like I recommend you to just apply for the PhD right after your graduation, or like maybe like I don't know, like if you have a second lower or something like that, if you feel like if you can do MSc, then you will have a better chance to like getting accepted from the university. Then you can do MSc and you can have like good results, and then you can apply for a PhD. So yeah. If I have a partner when I apply, what's good? Apply as dependent or um that's it's okay. So if you're married, so it doesn't have an effect on like getting accepted from the university, but that's more like a visa issue. So yeah, you'll be fine. So you need to like answer those questions that you ask during your visa interview like confidently and correctly. You should be fine. And yeah, so it doesn't matter, like it doesn't have any effect on getting like accepted to the university. So whether you are married or not, it doesn't matter. So yeah, it's you need to like face your visa interview like confident, and like you should be prepared for that one. So that's the only case. So there's no effect on like getting accepted if you're married or not. Did I miss anything? High studies. What's the difference between doing PhD? Yeah, I think I answered all the questions.
Excuse me. I have a
Yeah.
question about
Yeah.
about publications. Now, we 19s have done a review when we are doing our final year research. So you mentioned the importance of publications when applying for higher studies. So, how many are necessary, and also if you can explain step by step how to get a good publication of our works. And during our academics, actually, we can do our review and our final year research only. And so if you can explain how to get a good publications and maintain a quality, and also how many will be necessary.
Okay. There's no requirement for like number of publications. And okay, I'll give you 2 examples. Okay, I I only had one research because due to the COVID, all of our research projects convert into review papers. I had like 2 review papers and like 1 publication. And the person who applied for the nuclear engineering department, she didn't have like any publication. All right. And so depends how you explain yourself in SOP and CV. So it's better if you have a publication. So that's a plus point. So there's no like a hard rule that you need this many publication in order to do a PhD. So it's up to you. Then so to have a better publication, so what you need to do is like you need to write a good paper, and then you need to talk with your advisor. Then you two can discuss so which journal you're going to publish that one, because some journal need to be paid, so that you need to pay for that journal, and you can discuss with your supervisor, like advisor, about like what journal you want to publish. And so the main thing is, so there's no like hard rule that you need like this many publications. It's better if you have 1 or 2 publications. So you can go for conferences, and I know there are like good conferences in Sri Lanka. You can present your work in those conferences and posters. You can include those things in your CV as well. Yeah, to like the one when you do the research, like do best as you can. So then you can have like good paper at the end. Yeah. So you need to work hard on your research and read more papers, and you don't need to have like perfect results, but you need to like have like good, maybe what should I say? Okay. You need to have like good knowledge about your research, and then you can write a like good paper about that one. Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay. And the other question is, what is the difference of 3-year PhD and 5-year PhD? Okay. I don't have experience with the 3-year PhD. Like it's most of the same, but the main difference is we need to take courses in first year. That's the main difference. In 3-year PhD, it's not required to take courses, but they can take courses, but it's not required. But in our case, it's required to take courses. There's a course requirement. So we need to take, in my case, we need to take 24 credits. Yeah, 24 credits. Yeah, it's like 8 3-credit courses. So that's the main difference. So we need to take those courses. That's a requirement to do a PhD. So, and also the other thing is, during a 5-year PhD, we have a qualifying exam after the first year. So in that qualifying exam, we need to show our knowledge about the research that we were doing during our first year, and we need to do a presentation. So yeah, then they're gonna choose whether we are gonna pass or fail. Then they will give another attempt. So there are usually like 2 or 3 attempts for that one. You need to pass in any of those attempts. Yeah, that's the one thing. So that's the main difference. So you can reach out to like senior students that were doing like 3-year PhDs, and I don't have experience with them with the 3-year PhD. Like I assume that most like it's same, because mainly they're doing the research. Like we start doing research after our first year. They start doing their PhD right after they accepted. That's to me. And I need to tell you one thing. So in USA, you need to go to the university website to apply. But in Europe and Australia, you need to reach out to the professor directly via email. You need to email them by explaining yourself that you're interested in their research, and maybe you can read a couple of their papers and published by their group. and then you can in the email you can mention that you're particularly interested in that area because of this reason. You can mention, like, then you can attach your CV, and you need to directly contact the professor. So in USA, it's a different case. You need to go to the university website, and then you need to apply through the university portal. Yeah, that's the main difference. Any other questions? I'm more than happy to answer if you have any more questions. Did I miss? Okay. No. If I am MSc with gold marks, can I pass that PhD qualifying exam, or should I all get? Did I only got the half of the question. Okay, so it doesn't matter you have a MSc or not. Anyways, you need to do the qualifying exam. It doesn't matter. So it will help you to pass the qualifying exam, because they're mainly evaluating your research knowledge, like your knowledge about your research, not about the courses. That's what they're mainly evaluating. So whether you have good grades on your MSc, it doesn't matter to pass the qualifying exam, but you need to have good knowledge about your research. To have that knowledge, you need to read more papers, and you can talk with the advisor. And if you don't know anything, so you can ask anything. Like, there are no stupid questions. You can ask anything. If you don't know, like, because I changed my area to like whole different area, so I didn't know like what are like how cell behave, even what is the oligonucleotide. I didn't know. So I asked like all questions in my first year. Now I feel like maybe they're like very basic questions that I asked like in my first year. So that's okay. So he answered all of them. And yeah, you can like discuss with them, like if you have any questions, if you don't understand anything, like if you maybe like in the research paper, if you don't understand this part, then you can like search you can search. If you can't find anything, but you can just ask your advisor that you can show him the paper, and you can mention that you can say him that I don't understand this part. So that's all right. You can ask, and you can ask from your colleagues, and you can reach out to other professors as well, because if you have like question related to polymer science, and your research is about maybe like bioscience or something, so you can reach out to like professor who do like polymer engineering or something. You can ask your question from her or him. So that's all right also. So because they are very happy to help you. So you shouldn't be afraid if you do something like in different area and you are changing field. That's totally okay. That's what I did. So yeah, I passed my qualifying exam, so I'm fine. So yeah. And any more questions? Yeah, there are good questions. Yeah. Okay, so all right. So if you have any questions, you can shoot me an email. Like you can ask from I think maybe like your senior student have my number, like students. So yeah, you can ask my email or something. You can shoot me an email. So I asked this last question. So there's like one question like quickly. Okay, so the chances getting accepted for a PhD directly is higher if you have first class or second upper. So, but you can apply for the PhD like, so if you have like if you have like second row or something, then you can like you need to explain yourself better, like in your SOP. So you can explain like maybe there are some issues that you have second upper, you can explain why you have a second lower. Maybe, or like you can highlight some of the courses that you have good grades. Maybe those are the courses that's like most relevant to your the PhD field that you're going to try to apply. So you can highlight those things. Then yeah, and you can like do your research better when you're doing undergrad. So you should be fine. So you can try, like, so you should try, and then you can see what's the results. So then you can discuss with your lecturers what you can do. So okay, I got one question. Like I asked this question quickly. Having a PhD from UK, you suggested the audition. Okay, honestly, I don't have like good idea about that one. So UK, US, but I think most of the because in UK as well, there are like very good universities in UK and US also, and so I think both should be fine. It doesn't matter whether you're obtaining a PhD from UK or USA. That doesn't matter. So to be honest, like you can reach out to other students or like students who graduated. So to be honest, like I don't have like good answer for that one. All right. Okay. Yep. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thanks, Rumesh. Just to add few things from my side, because there is another side that you don't see, that is actually they ask for recommendations. So based on the recommendations only, actually the universities will select student. And so our recommendation is always genuine one, because we have to make sure that we have a kind of integrity, because if we recommend a person that we think he or she will not be able to do a good PhD based on her or his or her attitude, performance, and so on, we will not recommend actually. Fortunately, up to now, actually, there were no requests for that kind of recommendation. So I have 100% success rate in terms of recommendation, because all the students I have recommended, they have got the places. So basically, just to tell you, what they ask is mainly about your academic background, your performance, and also there was a question whether you need to have a first class, whether a second class, upper or lower, will be a problem. Yeah, but sometimes actually we see student maybe at least upper class, I mean second upper class. We saw in maybe last 3 semesters a very drastic improvement, and that person is actually showing true color at the end. In that case, actually we specifically mentioned the student did not show promising results in the beginning, but we say this person has a very good potential to be a good PhD candidate. And also we actually recommend based on the attitude, because sometimes we see a student, okay, maybe they get classes, but also we don't see a kind of broad idea they have. So I'm saying this one because you have to develop these characters so that actually we can easily and genuinely recommend you. So that is why nothing else. Maybe extra sometime I actually read out what they ask in recommendation, so that you know what qualities you have to develop. So maybe we can discuss that one in the class, but know that part also, because that is also important. They believe in us, but we have to make sure that it is maintained. And fortunately, up to now, all the recommended and people who went to PhD, they did very well. And that is the best we have as a kind of a reference. We also mentioned that this many numbers went, and this everyone has completed up to now. So these universities there. So because that gives a kind of credibility to our course. It is Washington Accord accredited, but in addition to that, they have, I mean, our students have proven that the course is good. They are capable of doing PhDs in many different fields in very good university. So this is what I want to pass, because we have to continue this, and I'm really happy, Rumesh, because you are doing very good, very well. And then also we have Heshan, he is also doing very well in industry. So I'm also glad to see both of you actually supporting and then also passing the ideas, information to our undergraduate students. Thanks, Rumesh.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rumesh Nanayakkara, for sharing your inspiring academic journey and the valuable insights into the world of research and higher education. Your experiences and advice have certainly given us a lot to think about as we explore our own paths in academia. So, thank you so much. Now, it's the time to offer the token of appreciation for Mr. Rumesh Nanayakkara.
Thank you.
This is just a notice. So due to the time limit, the meeting will end soon. So I invite you all to join using the link